Hello. Welcome to another video from 10x Investor Education. This video is about Globalstar. The symbol is GSAT. Why the stock is up 70% and who paid $75 million in advance. Okay, let's get into the details. Before that, this is purely for education purpose and not an investment advice to buy the stock of GSAT. Okay, so Globalstar is kind of a penny stock, not really penny stock. So it was like close to dollar 50 stock just 2 weeks back, and now it is $2.20 stocks, went up by 70%. So what happened in last 1 week to this stock? So Globalstar, which has close to 28 satellites, low orbit satellites, and provides a satellite communication. Okay, so there is a news that came out almost like 10 days back that Apple might use Globalstar for satellite communication in iPhone 13. Full disclosure, I certainly own the stock, but for less than $1, and I certainly holding this stock for a long term, even before the Apple rumor. Okay, so even before the unleashed upgrade the stock. The reason holding for this penny stock is for future long term, not present at all. Okay, so satellite communication right now is very underutilized. There are only mainly three players in this market. One is Globalstar, the second one is Iridium Communication, the third one is AST Space Mobile, which is a SPAC which merged and then it's trading. Okay, on this news all three stocks went up a lot. Globalstar on that news actually went up by 90% in pre-market. Both Iridium and AST Mobile Space also went up. Okay, so why Apple wants to use satellite communication in their phones? Is it really true? It's everything is rumor, because Apple iPhone 13 is not officially released. So anything that comes until release is a rumor and a speculation. So be careful when you are buying the stock on this rumor. Okay, so on June 9th of 2021, Globalstar GSAT disclosed to SEC that one potential customer paid $37.5 million in advance payment for future service, and the customer can actually break the contract and ask for that money back anytime. Okay, so that is June 9th. On June 21st, B. Riley analyst, who is a 5-star analyst, initiated coverage on Globalstar for $3.25 when the stock was trading for $1. Okay, so this is recent news. Just few days back, on August 29th, Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo. Okay, so I digged into this analyst, and this guy is very strong Apple analyst, and he comes up with a lot of Apple rumors before they come the devices, based on the supply chain of what is being ordered, what is going to the phone. Because remember, most of this equipment is ordered, made in Asian countries like China, Taiwan. So based on the supply chain, they can tell what goes into iPhone 13. Okay, so Ming-Chi Kuo has actually rumored that iPhone 13 will have satellite chip from Qualcomm, and people can make calls when there is no coverage. And he specifically said that potentially Apple might tie up with Globalstar. Okay, so and also the reason is, if you look at these three companies, none of them other than Globalstar got $79 million in advance payment. And Globalstar revenue for whole year is close to 120 million. And they have a lot of debt, close to $300 million. So by getting $70 million and $120 million is a lot of money revenue. So it has to be a big client, and it has to be a big order. Okay, so I'm not saying it's Apple, or nobody's saying it's Apple, but a lot of people are speculating it's Apple contract, which does, so they decide what goes into iPhone 13, and they might test out with multiple partners. And if they paid one payment in June and one payment in August, which means that the testing is going and potentially that phone might have that feature. Okay, so that is the rumor everybody's speculating, and based on the rumor the stock is going on. So what happens short term and long term? I think short term the stock might pull back below $2, but long term the stock is not, for short term I think the stock is not going back to $50 time anytime soon in my view. So that is when I wrote tons of puts for $50 ending September 17th. So hopefully I will not get assigned. Even I'm get assigned at $50, I'm happy. Okay, but I got decent premium on that. So I think there is a lot of future for the satellite communication, and I think Apple news, potentially Apple iPhone 13 has a lot of good features. If you think, if a lot of people, if Apple says it has emergency calling service as well as non, you know, non-satellite, non-4G, 5G areas where there is no connection, the Apple phone still works based on satellite communication, that one statement makes Apple phone sales go ballistic. Okay, so this is really good for, if they have that feature, it's really good for Apple. I don't know about GSAT. So whoever, whether it's Iridium or GSAT or AST Space Mobile, it is good for long term. What that also means is, based on the competition, not just Apple, Google, Samsung, a lot of these providers has to have that feature, because otherwise Apple will dominate that market. So that is the future, I think, where satellite communication actually will break out. And Globalstar, the $75 million they got, they can't show as revenue for this year unless the service being used by that client. Okay, that's what I think. So this year the revenue might not much change, but based on just the news, if Apple iPhone 13 release, Apple confirms, hey, we are having satellite service and the partner is Globalstar, that is good enough for the stock price to stay there or keep going. So just on another note, Iridium Communication, which is one of the main competitor who has close to double satellites than Globalstar, their revenue is actually close to $600 million. Well, last quarter result was $150 million. So they are much better in financial shape, but we have no idea what makes them to tie up with Globalstar or Iridium Communication. Is it the price point or just purely something else? So this is what I think. This is not really investment advice. Globalstar is a really penny stock that might go down like 30-40% and actually double even from here. So be careful when investing into these penny stocks or speculative stocks. I certainly invest this because this is part of my penny and for future growth that I am looking into. Hopefully you like this. Hopefully this is not a rumor. Soon we'll hear from Apple that they have this Qualcomm chip and they're going to provide satellite communication through Globalstar. Thank you. Please click the like button and see you on my next video. Thank you.